We will be performing hip external rotation of PAILs and rails from the 90-90 base position. So our 90-90 base position, in this case I'd be training my right hip because that hip would be in external rotation. I have a 90-degree bend on my front knee, 90-degree bend on my back knee. So to set this position up, there's multiple angles that you can train on depending where you feel the most tension, right? So you kind of want to find where your hip creates the most tension, and that's kind of where you want to train from. So in this case, we'll just go chest straight over that front knee. I'm going to lift my chest. So I'm going to imagine I have a string pulling my belly button forward and up, and then I have a string from my tailbone pulling me back and up. So it's called bowing the stretch. So we're not necessarily trying to go as low as we can. That's not wrong per se. That would train more of the superficial glute tissue on the outside of that hip. We're trying to go for hip capsule in this case. So we want to lift the chest, lift the tailbone. Because I can't move this leg, I need to move my pelvis over that leg. So that's going to create more tension in that hip capsule for external rotation. So once you have found your stretch, you just want to keep a nice tall chest, and then as you get deeper into that stretch, think like you're trying to take your belly button out over that leg. That's just going to help us increase tension on that stretch. And then just depending on your mobility needs and goals and your kind of more ability to begin, you may need to stay here. You may need to shift forward right from the beginning. But what we want to do is over the 2-minute passive stretch, we just want to think about a 4 to 5 count in, 8 to 10 count out. Always trying to double the length of the exhale, because that's really where it's going to allow us to relax, kind of release the tension and sink deeper into the stretch. But again, always keeping a nice tall chest, always trying to lift that tailbone more, creating that good arch in that lower back. From there, after your 2-minute stretch, your PAILs contraction would be driving front side foot and ankle into the floor. So you want to keep the knee down, but you want to make sure that a majority of the tension is crushing down into the floor. Build that contraction up to 100% for the first 10 seconds, and then we're going to hold max effort contraction for another 10 seconds. From there, we quickly switch to a rails contraction, which is driving my knee into the floor. I'm attempting to lift that foot. I'm getting a good contraction on the inside of that leg. The foot should not be able to leave the ground. If it does, that's okay. That just means you're not at your true end range of external rotation. So as you relax, get even deeper into it, and then train from a deeper range of motion. So after your 15-second rails contraction, you then relax for about 30 seconds, even up to 2 minutes, and then you repeat the process again. PAILs contraction, 10-second ramp, 10-second max effort, rails contraction, 15-second max effort trying to lift that foot off the floor, and you can perform anywhere between 1 to 3 rounds. Okay, so let's set that up. We've been there for about 2 minutes. I'm gonna find, should have been at my end range, right? About 2 minutes there. Take a breath in. Full body contraction, pack that air down, and then start driving the foot into the floor. We're at 10%, 20%, 30%, 40, 50%, 60%, keep building 70, 80, 90, and max effort drive down, 10, 9, 8, crushing here, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rails. Crush that knee into the floor, try to lift that foot, and simultaneously pull yourself deeper into that stretch. We're going for 15 seconds. Let's go for another 10, 9, 8, keep that tall chest, keep sticking that butt out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just relax the tension. And then you should already be finding yourself deeper in that stretch, right? Because when you do a rails contraction, we're trying to not only try to lift that foot, but also pull ourselves deeper in that stretch. So when you relax out of it, you're already in a deeper position, and you're gonna hang out for about 30 seconds up to 2 minutes. Get deeper in that stretch as you exhale, as you breathe, and then you can repeat for another 2 to 3 rounds total. Okay, so one thing you also want to make sure is as you're increasing that tension for your PAILs contraction, you're matching the tension with your upper body. So when I'm at 10%, 20, 30, my whole body contraction is also increasing as well. So that is a hip external rotation, PAILs and rails from the 90-90 base position.